Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to do a first impression, a let's play, a review of a game called Dragonkin the Banished. It is a ARPG that was released on Steam recently. I really like ARPGs, so I just had to check this one out. It costs €25 on Steam, which is about $29. So we are going to be evaluating the game today based on the $29 price. And I'm going to be playing the game for the next couple of hours, however long it takes me to come to a conclusion on the game. It might be 30 minutes or it might be 5 hours. It just really depends how long I need to play the game in order to come to a conclusion on whether or not I can recommend the game. If you are in a hurry and you don't want to watch the full video today, then simply skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put a timestamp in the description below, and you can just skip to that timestamp if you only want to hear my quick, concise, final opinion on the game. Otherwise, if you're not in such a hurry, you can just stay tuned. I'm going to be playing through the game. I'm going to be giving you my running commentary as I play through the game, and I'm going to be telling you what I think is good and bad about the game as I play through the game today. So, let me just check that everything is fine on my live stream. Everything looks good. So, this is how the game starts. I literally just started up the game, and this is how the game looks at the beginning. So, it's one of those games that basically throws you directly into the game, kind of. So they give you a couple of options here. You can go to the settings over here. So let's first check out the settings. It's really lazy that there's no background or animation or music. The game doesn't even have music in the main menu. So that's pretty lazy, but in any way. So a couple of issues already that I'm seeing with the game is the fact that the game doesn't allow you to change the resolution at all. So that obviously is not good. The game also by default, when I started up the game by default was set to run at unlimited frame rate, which is never good. Just do a search on the internet for New World burned graphics cards, and then you will know why that is not good, because New World is a game where they set the game to run at unlimited frame rate and it burned a whole bunch of people's graphics cards out. So a game should never be set to run at unlimited frame rate by default. So that's not good. In addition to the fact that you can't change the resolution. Now, the game also had Nvidia downscaling on by default. It was literally set to Nvidia downscaling by default, which is also not good. The game shouldn't have any downscaling like that active by default. Like, why would the developers choose to downscale their game by default? Like, the only reason that I can think that a developer would do that, like for instance with um, Borderlands 4, that was the case with Borderlands 4. The game has forced downscaling enabled, so you can't even disable the downscaling. At least in this game, you can disable the downscaling. In Borderlands, you couldn't even disable the downscaling. And only reason why I could think about a developer doing that is if they are not confident in the performance of their game, or if they know their game runs like shit. And that is obviously what happened with Borderlands 4, because Borderlands 4 runs really, really badly. It is quite literally the worst performing game that I have ever played. So with Borderlands 4, those developers knew that their game has absolutely pathetic optimization, and that is why they have forced downscaling enabled on that game. You can't even turn the downscaling off. So on this game, at least you can turn the downscaling off, but still, it's not good that it is on by default. The player shouldn't have to turn it off themselves, so that's not good. So anyway, at least you can disable the downscaling in this game. So that is what I did. And then the game has resolution scaling, which is at least a consolidation price for the fact that you can't change the resolution. So you can't change the resolution, which is bad, but at least you can scale the resolution. So resolution scaling isn't exactly the same as downscaling, like the downscaling algorithms like XeSS, Nvidia DLSS, and AMD FSR. Those are algorithms. It's not native downscaling. So the screen percentage is native downscaling. So we're running the game at 4K resolution, but then we are scaling that resolution by 66%, which should equal 2K resolution. So I'm streaming at 2K resolution, and the game is being rendered at 2K resolution. So yeah, but like I said, the fact that they don't allow you to change the resolution is not good, and then also the game shouldn't have unlimited frame rate set by default or downscaling set by default. So yeah, the game uses a very small amount of VRAM. I will see once we get into the game how the performance of the game is. If the performance of the game is fine, if there's nothing bad, then I will turn this to Ultra, because I do have a RTX 5080, which is a really powerful card. So my computer can run any game on the market at the higher settings, except those that are really, really badly optimized, like Borderlands 4, for instance. I don't see a way to disable motion blur or depth of field. You can set the intensity of motion blur here, but that's not necessarily the same as disabling motion blur. But anyway, we will be checking once we are in the game if the game allows you to disable motion blur and depth of field, because if the game doesn't allow you to disable those things and yet the game does have motion blur and depth of field, that is obviously not good. Otherwise than that, I don't know. We will see once we get into the game if there's any missing features. Like the game has a loot filter, like most ARPG games have. And yeah, I don't really see any other issues. The game has dual key bindings, which is nice. That is a nice little quality of life feature that a lot of games actually don't have. And white contrast cursor. We will be seeing if the cursor is difficult to see in the game. It shouldn't be difficult to see, but we'll check that out when we get into the game. Screen intensity. Shake, let's put that to low. I am not a fan of screen shake. And then the game has colorblind accessibility, stuff like that. That's not bad. So yeah, overall, nothing terrible, but the fact that you can't change the resolution is definitely not the way that it should be. And then obviously, like I said, default unlimited frame rate and default downscaling is not what you want to see. Those should not be the defaults. So anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the game. Play prologue. And then, is anything gonna happen? Oh, you need to click and hold on it. That's fucking stupid. Okay, the game is hitting 100% CPU usage right now. By the way, it should be pointed out that Nacon is not a good publisher. They are a piece of shit publisher. They do a bunch of immoral things.
When time first began, the Eternal gave life to powerful beings of light, the Drakiels. But as misfortune would have it, the power given to these creatures awoke in them only a boundless pride and an inexhaustible thirst for dominion. Shaken by this betrayal, the Eternal banished them to the deepest abyss of Dracomundus. It was there, in the depths of the earth, that they twisted into the monstrosities that we know today as dragons. Alas, possessed more than ever by hate and vanity, the Banished refused to admit themselves defeated. Through their voices, they persisted in corrupting humanity. Through their blood, they defined the land we call our home. From that moment on, mankind would live in fear. Fear that one of the Dragon Lords, the most powerful of the Banished, would one day return to the surface. With the support of his Dragonkin, Saw Ichnog succeeded in escaping from his subterranean prison. And brave souls, guided by the light, rose up and vowed to push him back. Soldiers of the Order, righteous and faithful to the Eternal, who suffered body and soul after coming into contact with draconic corruption. Rare were those who remained impervious to the depraved whispers of the dragons on the outskirts of this gaping breach. One such person was Godefroy of Clairval, Grand Knight of the Order of the Eternal.
Okay, so it's one of those games that throw you into the game with a high-level character. I don't like that, to be honest. Usually in places like this, you can't even collect loot or anything like that, because it's like nothing that you do on this character has any impact. And we also don't have a tutorial, so right now the game should be telling you how to move, how to use your abilities, all of those kinds of things, and none of that is happening, obviously. Invisible wall.
The voice of the Dragon Lord blighted people's spirits and petrified their bodies, instilling terror and madness into those who heard it. Never before had a breach so vast been rent between the two worlds. It was here, at this wound between worlds, that the corruption was most potent. One by one, haunted by the whispers from below, the people succumbed to madness. Pitiful in their wretchedness, and too weak to resist the command of their new masters, they drank the blood of the dragon and gave in to depravity. Thus enslaved, they were twisted into ghastly monsters, mockeries, Dragonkin.
Nothing that you do in this beginning will have any impact on the game, so you don't even need to fight any of those enemies.
Embers of hope, a few brave souls founded an alliance to carve the first breach into draconic defenses. Here, the Dragonkin's power was strong. It fused our world with that of the Banished. Godefroy of Clairval heroically broke through and shattered their defense barriers. This act of bravery, a feat of the righteous alliance of men, allowed me to lend aid to the Knights of the Order of the Eternal. Me, Almantia, Grand Oracle of Pythodurcan, Dragon Blood, a human altered but not consumed by the draconic blood that flows through my veins. My sisters and I have powers given to us by the dragon, but our souls remain our own.
Like, we haven't even gotten a single tutorial so far.
Neither Dragonkin nor entirely human, and afforded extraordinary abilities by our forebears. By those who drank the blood of the only banished dragon to have ever repented before the Eternal.
I mean, this is so lazy, you can just run past everything. I really don't like games that do this bullshit, where nothing that you do in the beginning during the prologue has any effect on the game.
Drops of draconic blood that connected our thoughts to those of the dragons. With that understanding came a vulnerability. We soon learned that we were at the mercy of the space. The voices threatened to consume.
Also, the dialogue is way too overpowered by the
Alongside
sound of the game.
the breach made by Sir Ichnog, Godefroy.
And then the dialogue was interrupted there, so fuck the dialogue, I guess. The game developers don't care about the dialogue, because it can just get interrupted.
I battled by his side, but my strategy was less direct. My draconic power allowed me to open up a passageway for the men of Nurogard, all of them prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice to save what remained of humanity. Once this invisible barrier had been breached, they knew that their lives would hang by mere threads. But these warriors from the north cared little for the uncertainties of our plan. A hero's death in the heat of battle with their enemy was the greatest honor that could befall them. Led by the pale dragon blood Harold Truelson, the barbarian fleet had but one objective: to lure the enemy into the open sea and leave the path to the breach vulnerable. If a single vessel reached the coast, then this sacrifice would not have been for naught. Harold Truelson reached the hostile shore and avenged those fallen from the Toriel clan.
Yeah, so this is really stupid. They're just gonna take you through the different characters. Really stupid and a complete waste of time, and it's not even a tutorial. So we're gonna skip this shit. Like really lazy. And the game hits 100% CPU usage again. Okay, so here we actually get into the actual gameplay. Okay, so they don't show any of the abilities, and they don't show any of the stats. So how are you supposed to make a selection on the character? Like, they show a little icon. What the hell does that do? Like, they should show the damage range, the range of the ability. Is it the AoE ability? Is there a cooldown on the ability? Does it use mana? How much mana does it use? None of that shit is being shown to the player. So that's really stupid. And then the only difference that I can see between the classes is this thing. So certain skills require fuel. The fuel gauge is restored gradually. Okay, so that's not a benefit. Using a skill increases the vision gauge. Consume 50 vision points to boost the next skill. Okay, that seems stupid. Any damage taken or dealt enables rage generation. Once the gauge is full, damage will increase while energy costs are reduced temporarily. That seems good. Marks enemies with skills. Remove the marks from enemies with piercing damage. Stores energy for each enemy hit and executes weaker enemies. So it seems none of the characters have like thing abilities, to be honest. Yeah, it's difficult to make an informed decision on class because I mean they don't give you any information on the classes. I'm not a fan of mini classes, to be honest. I'm really not a fan of mini classes. Let's go for this guy. I mean, it's difficult. Well, it's impossible to make an informed decision with these things that they provide you here, so we're just gonna choose a random character.
Who knows? Perhaps the heroes that the Alliance of Men has been waiting for will be found among this unit's latest recruits.
The music is way too loud, and it really overpowers the dialogue, like massively. Like during that prologue bullshit, you really couldn't even hear what the narrator was saying because it was so overpowered by the all of the sounds that the game had. So the sound mixing in the game is really terrible, and then obviously in addition to that, the dialogue was just cut off. Like the story was just completely cut off when that cinematic cutscene happened. So that's also really bad game design. We still haven't gotten a tutorial. Okay, so now we can actually start gaining experience. From this is where the game actually starts, where you can actually gain experience and loot and that kind of stuff. Nothing before this point had any real impact on the game. Like, there's absolutely no challenge in this gameplay so far. The character is way overpowered. Like, look at that, one ability, and then everyone is dead.
I will break your bones! There they are. Nicely done, Song Khan.
Take care of yourself, apprentice. There are Dragonkin gathered here.
These are the ones that killed Bjorn's brother. I know their poison.
Let us eliminate them. We cannot let them establish themselves this close to Montesky.
Your time has come.
Is anyone hurt? Sonkan? Apprentice?
We're fine. Somehow. But what is this totem? It seems as though all the Dragonkin were heading straight for it. Our apprentice was able to find us by following them.
Astria, you're the expert in draconic rites. Do you have any idea where they could have come from?
All signs point to this totem having been used for a ritual of corruption. And from the sheer amount of blood spilled here, we can assume they have enslaved a host of victims.
The statue is crafted from black willow. It must be from the Jaxara's swamp. My clan's caravans used to stop for supplies there, before passing through your lands.
So far from here? Could the Dragonkin have carried this idol all the way across the plains?
There would have to be countless adepts among their number if so. We must warn the Council of Montesky without delay.
Given the scale of this invasion, it should not be difficult to win the Councilors over. They'll surely decide to attack in force.
Perhaps it would be best to learn more about our enemy before rushing in. If we are to root out a cult of this size, we need to avoid making any hasty decisions.
There would be one way to learn more about these creatures. A reconnaissance mission. If we send a small group, they may go unnoticed. A few skilled soldiers need only enter their lands and target their sanctuaries and camps. Then we'll see how they respond. We'd need to leave before reinforcements arrive from the plains. But this would allow us to gather information while also creating a diversion.
So be it. The apprentice will accompany Sonkan while we protect the borderlands around the Alliance. The apprentice will gain a bit of experience in the company of a tracker. All that leaves is the accolade, and to make him a dragon hunter officially.
Like, the fact that there's no loot and there's no chests or boxes or anything like that to attack either is really lazy. Just makes the game feel incredibly empty. I didn't even need to dodge or anything a single time. And it's one of those games that just uses a .png overlay. See, little splatters here, like it's not even moving. It's literally just a .png overlay on the screen. When you're low health, that's like you see this kind of thing in the laziest, lowest budget games on Steam. Should not be seeing this in a $29 game. And the game hits 100% CPU usage again for the 4th time already. Party management, I'm not gonna party. I'm gonna play the game solo.
There's not a moment to lose.
The Dragonkin number more than ever, and they are rapidly...
Please forgive this intrusion, councillors.
Another interruption of the story dialogue.
I do not bring the news you are hoping for.
One second, I'm dropping frames again for some reason.
Speak, Hunter.
As you ordered, we found the Dragonkin that killed one of our own. In doing so, we discovered an ascendant cult, one which swells in number.
They are practicing corruption rituals in the plains around Monteskai. According to Sankan, the idols they are using are from Jaxara, and the ground there was drenched in dragon's blood. I fear that their intentions have been made all too clear.
They have come to desecrate the plains? This close to Monteskai? How have they been able to escape our notice for so long? We will need to act before they are able to launch an assault.
I do like the cutscenes. Like this style of cutscene is nice, but it's just really low quality. The actual graphics of the game, it's really low quality. I mean, look at the what do they call this? Like scattering. I can't remember what you call this, but look at that. Like this is supposed to be a shadow, just like a normal shadow. And then over here on the right side also, this is supposed to be just a normal shadow, and yet it moves. Like look at that over here, all along here, all along here, all of the shadows, even the shadow of my character over here, it like vibrates. Like, why do all of the shadows in the game do this shit? It's really ugly. Like, it's really, really ugly. It should just be a regular shadow. It doesn't seem to do that on the actual textures. It's just on the shadows. But then also, look at the hair. Look at this girl's ponytail over here. It's like really bad. I don't know what is causing that. And then that guy's hair also does the same shit. Her hair as well. That guy's entire fucking beard has like artifacts and shit on it. Like, there's something bad that is going on with the shadows and then with the hair as well. And I don't even have any kind of downscaling algorithm enabled that would do that, you know. Like, you might see something like that if you are running the game with like Nvidia DLSS set to ultra performance or some shit like that, you know. Then you will see artifacting and scattering like that. But I'm running the game natively. Like, it shouldn't be like this. Like, it just really looks like there's some kind of a weird thing that the developers implemented on the shadows and on the hair. Everything else looks fine. The textures, the actual textures, everything looks fine. It's just the shadows and the hair that look like it's vibrating. It looks terrible.
With your permission, Counselor, allow me to conduct a reconnaissance mission into enemy territory together with the apprentice. I know these lands well, since the Conqueror used to trade here.
2 hunters against an army of adepts? You cannot be serious.
The Dragonkin have flooded the plains, de Clerval, and redoubled their assaults against my clan. This hunter strategy would allow us to combat them on several fronts.
This is so. Allow Sun Can and the apprentice to gather information at least. I will oversee them, and if there is need for it, we will call them back. I suggest we put our trust in our hunters, Auspex.
And what of the apprentice?
He is ready, Auspex.
I'm fucking level 2. How am I ready? And I haven't gotten a tutorial yet. Not a single fucking tutorial. How am I ready?
Then your plan will have my support. High Priest Cornelis, proceed with the accolade.
Kneel, apprentice. Today, before the Eternal, you commit to our fight against the dragons until they draw their last breath. To hunting those who serve them, to sealing the breaches to their vile prison of Dracomundus forevermore, to ridding humanity of their corruption. As a token of your sacrifice, please take this scale of light. It is a relic of Miriel, the Drakiel who, long ago, managed to banish these ungodly creatures together with the Eternal. It will protect you from the corrupting influence of their voices. Today, it will make you a protector of humanity, a blade of the Eternal, a hunter of dragons. Arise, hunter. Non Draco sit mihi dukes. Let not the dragon guide me.
Come and find me at the jail before leaving Montesquieu. Since Sun Can and yourself will be on your own in the Jaksara swamp, we are prepared to offer you our support.
The Grand Tracker and I have pooled the Order's resources and Kongirat's expertise to give you a decisive advantage. To meet the dragon's strength with our own, we have raised the first Tame wyrmling.
And we have taught it how to fight alongside hunters. It will make for a fearsome ally.
Grand Tracker, be reasonable. Nobody has ever been able to tame a dragon. This creature is dangerous.
You are right, to a point. Raising it was not enough. To control these beasts of draconic perversion, we needed to purify and subject them to the power of the light. We used blessed seals to do just that. It is not their chains that keep them subjugated, Tracker, but rather our faith in the eternal.
This wyrmling will accompany the new hunter. Your first mission promises to be a challenging one, and I am in no hurry to be called for a new accolade anytime soon. Innovation is one of the core values of our clan, Sun Can. I wager your opinion will change once you've seen this creature at work.
With all respect, Grand Tracker, I highly doubt it.
Why are they like giving me a scale of light from some kind of a light dragon and a worm that they've never been able to get for, but they're giving it to me? Like, I'm fucking a newbie. I'm a level 2 newbie, and they're giving all of this amazing shit to me. Like, how does that make any sense? Oh, there are 4 different ones, so they weren't even telling the truth. They've got 4 of these fuckers.
This wyrmling will add its power to your attacks. Now, Hunter, let us rid ourselves of the cult that is poisoning the Jaxara swamp.
Tutorial completed. What tutorial? What tutorial are you talking about? I haven't gotten a tutorial. How have I completed the tutorial? It will accompany you, fight by your side. Its skill can be assigned. Okay. What's that? Okay. How do I assign it? Wyrmling skills are triggered when placed such that they are adjacent to a character's skill in the Ancestral Grid. Is it over here? I'm assuming. So where's the wyrmling? This one. Okay, so I'm assuming I place it like that. Obviously, we don't get a tutorial for this. We haven't gotten a tutorial for anything in the game, so I wouldn't expect to get a tutorial for this. Okay, and then what's this? Savage Whirlwind. Character skill. Shockwave. Like what is this? Where did I get this? Savage Whirlwind. Energy cost per second 40. Wow. Okay, so how do I got no idea how the system works. Obviously we haven't gotten a tutorial for it. Shockwave. While inflicting damage, the skill has a chance of generating a shockwave. So is it this? Like, how does this modification system work? So this one will affect that one and that one and that one. But then this one, can you rotate it? Oh, you can. Okay, Q and E. Okay. So if you put it like that, then this one will affect that one and that one. Okay. So I just had to figure that system out for myself, obviously, because the game doesn't have a tutorial. 2. Oh, we have a level up, of course. How do you level up? Fuck is the upgrades? Okay, so the game has an upgrade system. Up. Like it. That a DPS meter? It's like a DPS meter. How the hell do I level up, for fuck's sake? Currents, no. Oh, that's a teleporting. Well, we need to go over there. I guess we can teleport. Like, how do I level up? Do I have an inventory? Okay, there we go. I have... How the hell? I don't even have weapons equipped. How the hell don't I have weapons equipped? Where did I even pick up weapons? Fucking no tutorial for any of this. Ah, here's the level up. Attributes. I know what the attribute is. Thank you very much. It should be telling me how to level up. Not explaining to me what an up attribute is. Everyone knows what intellect is. Okay, so courage affects your maximum HP and energy. Intellect increases your thorn damage and armor. How the fuck does intellect increase your armor? How does that make any sense? Resilience increases attack and HP. And then agility increases armor and attack. By how much though? Because... Okay, so that increases HP by 1 and attack by 1. So increases HP by 2 and energy by 0. So you see, that's what I want to see. You should be telling me how much these actually affect your skills. Okay, so that's 1 armor, 1 attack. And then intellect seems completely useless. I won't be using thorn damage. So we can go for HP and attack, I think. Quality of healing. Dodge cooldown. Speed. Damage bonus to far away enemy. How far away? What's far away? Is 1 meter far away or 200 meters far away? Like, you should be telling the player all of these kinds of things. Increased damage dealt when HP is high. What's high? Is 2% high or 99% high? You should be telling the player once again. What's this other stuff? Stats, talents. Do I even have talents? I'm not seeing. No, I don't have talents yet. Okay. Okay, so we just follow the little arrow over there, I guess. Oh, dodging. I see your spacebar. Wow.
I'd like to see the Order getting involved in the clan's.
Like, they didn't even tell me that the game has dodging. That's so stupid.
Our search. Keep your scale close. The dragon's whispers are louder here, in Dragonkin territory.
Like seriously, the tutorial is non-existent.
We must remain vigilant. This part of the plains has not been cleared. No doubt it will be infested with Dragonkin. Damn it. We'll have to fight our way through here. Marauders have taken the village.
Yeah, that spinning ability takes way too much mana. Takes an insane amount of mana.
The farm to the east is being attacked. I beg of you.
Loot. We'll head
Yeah.
over there and help him. Now flee. Head for Montesky.
Character skill. Obla invokes 2 ruins that protect against damage and grant temporary barrier in ice damage. So it only lasts 5 seconds, which sucks. So it's a very temporary barrier. 5 seconds is nothing for a barrier. Cleave in front with axe, inflicting physical damage and a devastating hit. Well, we're obviously gonna take that over the shitty little skill that only lasts 5 seconds.
Right-hand man, and the only civilian to possess a scale of light. Yorn's brother was killed while protecting this undeserving underling. We always found him holed up in the most sinister of places, studying Dragonkin spells for the Meridius.
Okay, so this whirlwind is really stupid. I'm not gonna be using whirlwind. So the right click attack is very strong. I do like this system where you can like combine passive bonuses with your active skills. Like it's a little bit limiting, but I mean it brings a little bit of tacticality, I guess, into the skill building, you know. So that's not bad, not a bad system. It almost kind of reminds me of another game. I can't remember which game also had this kind of a thing where you can like rotate them. Trying to think of the name. Oh, I can probably do that like that. Then this one will get the benefit from this, and this. You basically want to give the skill that you're gonna be using the most. Want to give that one the most benefit. But this one is now benefiting from 3 different mods. And then the 2 ability, I need to test the 2 ability. Okay, well that seems pretty strong. Okay, now the enemies are dropping gold. Previously they weren't dropping any gold.
Die, filth!
both of these abilities are pretty strong. Like, look at that. One ability and then they all die. I don't like the fact that the pickup range is so small. Like, if they're gonna allow you to do auto pickup, then the range shouldn't be so freaking tiny.
To me, hunters! These villains have brought the Dragonkin upon us.
Hells, Jerome. Where's the rest of your escort?
I gave them the order to evacuate the villagers while I did what I could to buy them some time.
You mad fool. Think yourself a dragon hunter now, do you? In the Eternal's name, keep your distance.
Thank you for helping me out.
I will break your bones.
I don't care about the story, to be honest.
How magnificent. I will return to
Well, Alaric, have we made enough compromises now? Let us set off again. We have a cult and its adepts to dispose of.
Ah, there's a chest over there. Very first chest in the entire game so far. The combat of the game is really boring. Like, the fact that all of the enemies in the game just like fall over when you just touch them, you know? Like, it just makes the game feel like you're way too overpowered. Like I said right at the beginning, when we gained control over the character, like, there's just no challenge whatsoever. It's just purely like you run, you click once, you run, you click once, you run, you click once. Like, it's so basic. It's just really, really mindless and basic. And I don't like the very short pickup range. Like, I mean, look at that. I'm literally standing next to the gold, and then it's not being picked up. What's the use of having auto pickup if the range is gonna be like, look at that, like one character length? Literally, if my guy falls over, look at that. Look at, I'm standing on top of the gold, and it's not being picked up. Like, seriously, what's the point of having auto pickup if you have to fucking step on top of the item that you want to pick up. It's just really nonsensical. And then yeah, the fact that the character is so fucking overpowered, it just makes the game feel like there's no challenge. Like maybe later in the game, like way later in the game, like if you think about Path of Exile, Last Epoch, any of those types of games, at the beginning of the game you have to be challenged, you know, especially in, well, both of those games actually, in Last Epoch and in Path of Exile, like 2 or 3 enemies can almost kill you. Like at the very beginning of the game, like you have to hit a zombie, for instance, in Path of Exile, like 3 times before he dies. In Last Epoch as well, at the beginning of the game, those fire phoenixes, if you've played Last Epoch before, those fire phoenixes at the beginning of the game, you attack those things like 15 seconds before they die, you know, so it's actually challenging. This game has no challenge. Literally no challenge. I said that right at the beginning of the game when we gained control over the character. It's just so mindless. There's just no challenge. And we don't even have a build yet. You need to remember, this is like, we don't have gear. We don't have a build. You know, I had 8 of my skill points assigned, and I had 8 skill points left over, so I didn't even have all of my skill points assigned. I don't have anything here. I don't even know what this is. My wyrmling, I haven't upgraded my wyrmling at all yet. I have 16 points that I can assign. And my thing over here, I just put them like haphazardly put them together, you know, and this system wasn't obviously explained at all. So, like, I don't even have a build yet, and I'm fucking crushing enemies. I am decimating enemies. So, like, the game is not challenging in the slightest when you don't even have a build. If you actually have a good build together, then the game is gonna be absolutely ridiculously easy. It's gonna be a cakewalk. Like, you're not even gonna require a brain in order to
We've crossed the frontier.
To play the game.
If we were to remove
you know,
our scale of light now, risk falling prey to
so yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't need to play the game anymore.
The people living here must have abandoned or worse.
Quite honestly, everything about the game just seems bad. It just seems low quality. It actually reminds me a lot of The Adventures of Van Helsing. If any of you are, I wouldn't say as old as I am, but if you are like in your 20s perhaps, then you have played, or maybe not 20s, maybe early 30s, then you would have played Adventures of Van Helsing. And it's very much like this game. It's, I don't know how to explain it. The movement is very blunt, I guess I can say. It's very straightforward. It's very blunt. It's not smooth like in Path of Exile or in Last Epoch. Any of those good ARPG games, the movement is smooth. You know, it's it's precise, but it's also like smooth. In this game, it's just like there's no polish, and that is exactly how Adventures of Van Helsing was. Now, Adventures of Van Helsing is a good game. It's very janky and it's very basic. It's the type of ARPG. I wouldn't even call it a double A game. Like you get A, double A, and triple A. I wouldn't even call that game double A. It's honestly just A. You know, it's from a small studio. Came out like probably, I don't know, 2010 or something like that. And yet that game is better than this game. Like, this game has less polish on it, and it has less playability than Adventures of Van Helsing from 2010. You know, so that's really bad. It's really a bad reflection on this game. The game doesn't have a tutorial at all. The sound mixing is really bad. The combat is so bad. Like, an enemy can just bump into you and then they're dead. It's like falling out of a tree. Easy. Like, the combat is just so... There's so little challenge and it's so easy that the game isn't fun to play. A game where you use a single ability and it kills an entire group of enemies right at the beginning of the game, that is not fun in the slightest. The prologue intro thing is really terrible. You don't even need to kill a single enemy. That's really badly designed. The voice acting is not good. The graphics is not good. Like the hair, as I pointed out, the hair and the shadows, there's something really strange going on with the hair and the shadows. You can't change the resolution. The game does allow you to scale the resolution, but that shouldn't be the case. It should allow you to change the resolution, and then on top of that, if they want to, then they can allow you to scale the resolution after you've set the resolution that the game should be rendered at. But the fact that you can't change the resolution in a $29 game is not good. Also, so far between every scene transition, when you go from one map to another map, the game is compiling textures. I don't like that at all. And every time that happens, the game uses 100% of your CPU, which is not good. They can limit it to only using a certain amount of threads. So instead of using 100% of all of your threads on your CPU and basically crashing your computer, they can just limit the amount of threads that is used while compiling the textures. And honestly, the texture compilation should be done in the main menu when you start up the game. It shouldn't be done during the gameplay. That is not good. So yeah, basically, long story short, the game is not good. In fact, it is worse than Adventures of Van Helsing from like 2010. You know, it's really not good. Let me see here. Van Helsing. Some of you might not know the game that I'm referencing, so I just want to show you over here very quickly. This is Adventures of Van Helsing, 2013 actually, and it's a good game. It's good. It's very much like this game is. It's very much like Dragonkin, but honestly, Adventures of Van Helsing is simply better. It's simply a better game, and Adventures of Van Helsing is a game that I would say is a solid 7 out of 10 game. You know, it's not a very good game. It's a solid 7 out of 10. So when I say that Adventures of Van Helsing is better than this game, that means this game is honestly like not even a 5 out of 10, I would say. It's really not good. Like, Adventures of Van Helsing is better. And I mean, the graphics, you can look at the graphics. The graphics is good. The graphics for especially a 2013 game is not bad, you know. And this game's graphics really are not any better. And Adventures of Van Helsing is $15. Like $15 for a game that is actually relatively good, you know, like 7 out of 10 good. Like, why would you then pay $29 for this game? You know, it just doesn't make sense, you know. And then obviously, if you even want to spend $30 on a game, honestly, Path of Exile 2, $30. Like, why would you spend $29 on Dragonkin when you can spend $30 on Path of Exile, or even Last Epoch? What's Last Epoch's price? I know I have it on my currency, so it's $35. So honestly, I would much rather spend $35 on Last Epoch than spending $29 on Dragonkin. Like, there's just no competition, you know. A game like Last Epoch or Path of Exile 2 is far better, way better than Dragonkin is, you know. So yeah, quite honestly, I can't recommend this game. It's not a good game. All this game makes me want to do is it makes me want to play a better ARPG, and there are many good, in fact really good ARPGs out there. You know, the ARPG genre has some very good games in it, like Path of Exile 1, Path of Exile 2, Last Epoch, maybe even Titan Quest 2, even though I haven't played Titan Quest 2 since it was released into early access, and when I played it, it had a lot of crashes, so I hope they fixed a lot of the crashes by now. But yeah, basically, there's no way how I can recommend this game, and I'm gonna uninstall the game after this. That's really the long and the short of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my opinion on the game. As always, if you guys want to see more reviews, then your support on patreon.com/LFP is the best way to allow me and enable me to purchase more games and do more reviews for you guys. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. As always, be good to yourself and to those who deserve goodness. I'll see you guys next time.